Charles Davis, Charlie Casserly, and Hub Arkush rejoin us now. The question is Kenny Phillips worthy of a first-round pick? Hub, you're first.
You know, Paul, most of the little bit I know about scouting I learned from the late and I believe very great Joel Bucksbaum. And Joel once coined a phrase, looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane. Now, Kenny Phillips is no Jane. I'm not saying that. He's a good football player, but he's got these amazing triangle numbers, you know, these Tarzan-like abilities, and he's never produced up to that ability. And no, I don't think he's a first-round pick. And as a matter of fact, I worry a little bit about him because if I've got the right D coordinator and the right secondary coach to get that ability out of him, certainly you want to take a chance on him, but this kid at some point has got to produce on the football field the way he appears to be able to.
Well, I like him, and I think he's a late first value, probably more of a solid, second-round pick. When you watch him on tape, the guy's instinctive. He's a good tackler. He's not a blow-up tackler, but he does make the tackle. He finds the ball in the passing game, but what he doesn't have is the instant acceleration. I don't think his play speed is as fast as he runs. I think he's more of a 4.6 guy. I think he's a solid player. I think he'll play in the league.
See, I think he's a terrific football player, but I think both of you have nailed it. Will he play up to the same abilities that you see when you watch all the measurables? And he has plenty of measurables. Now, I think that in some cases, he's actually helped by being from the University of Miami because of the pedigree that was put out there before him. But in other ways, he's actually hurt by it because people expect him to be Ed Reed right now. And I don't think he's going to be Ed Reed right now. He's going to be a good player in the league. And so I don't know if I would spend a first-round pick on him, but I'd grab him in the second and plug him into my lineup and get him going from there.
You know, Charles, certainly the Miami legacy does the kid no good because it's so hard to live up to. But the one thing that bothers me watching tape is that he talks about being physical and wanting to come up and blow you up and hit you, and yet you got to search for it on the tape. He has the ability to do it, and yes, he gets there, he makes plays, but he doesn't make those highlight reel plays that you're looking for out of a kid, again, with this kind of ability.
Hub, that's a great point, and I think what happens too, and what's happening as we go along, is that guys who were corners before that move to safety, sometimes they still have that corner mentality because, remember, the corner is the glamour spot. In a lot of cases, a lot of kids were told, well, you can't play corner, we're going to move you to safety, and they look at it as a demotion. For Kenny Phillips, it's the right place for him to be. He has that type of ability, and if he flashes it all the time, he'll be a terrific pro. He has that opportunity, but for a lot of kids, the move from corner to safety can be somewhat traumatic, although the Bob Sanders effect is now happening where a lot of people want to be a safety, and they don't see it as much as a demotion.
Yeah, I think when you look at a player, to me, you look at him on tape and see how he plays, and then you put a play speed on him. Don't look at the numbers because the numbers can be inflated because guys train for the combine. I think if he's at another school, we're not having a discussion about Ed Reed or any of the other safeties. Again, what I don't see in this guy is the instant acceleration from point A to point B. I think he can run with tight ends. He'll be fine there, but if he had that instant acceleration and he was a bigger hitter, then we wouldn't be having this discussion. He'd be up higher in the first round and be a solid first-round pick. If he's on the border, probably a second round. That's where his true value probably is.
Now, Hub, you are entering your 30th season as the publisher of ProFootballWeekly.com. In that time, how about the incredible evolution of the importance of the safety on the field and also in the draft?
Well, we know how cyclical the game is, and there's no question that safety has become one of the glamour positions in the NFL, in large part because of guys like Bob Sanders, and everybody is looking for a guy with the measurables of a Kenny Phillips. And the one thing I want to be careful with, I think he's a good football player. He's going to play in the league. He's going to end up starting for somewhere. We're talking about, you know, is he a late first rounder or a second rounder? He's a good football player. The only thing I'm questioning is can he be great, because that's become so important at that position in the league today.
Charles Davis, we have been keeping awfully good company here. Big thanks to Hub Arkush and also Charlie Casserly. Take care, guys.